Agos Street and I didn't quite catch the last name. I think Anon999 or Bex. You were one of those long names. It'll be those two people who win the token, so congrats to them.
Congrats, guys. Pepsi Man.
Alright, see you, Lord Helix Jay.
Alright, we just gotta take a little bit of time before some people can come in for me. But as we are waiting, let's get for the blue team. You can do the red team for me. So I have Buneary with a physical set, a Budew with a special set, and a Drowzee with a special set.
Meanwhile, on the red team we have Nidorina with the physical hustle set, Chingling with the dual screen set, and Lanturn with a special base set.
Right on, and we have a random order battle with switching off. And for our betting song, we have Pepsi Man. The battle song looks to be something that I can't read. Alright guys, so we have about 2 minutes to get those bets in, continue betting, and right now
Notably, random order means that this order you see on screen right now won't be the orders necessarily in the matchup.
So you guys gotta think about that and keep that in mind while you're betting. For the blue team, it is not favorable in terms of how many people are betting, but in terms of the odds, yes, definitely.
Budew looks quite dangerous in this matchup, I'd say.
Indeed.
I'm not totally certain why the odds are like this, but I can see it doing a lot of damage, depending on whether or not it gets... Like, if it faces Lanturn, then Lanturn is pretty much gone, unless it happens to get very lucky. Meanwhile, Buneary is also very strong.
Indeed. So let's keep getting those bets in, less than 2 minutes left.
Chingling could do a lot of useful things with those dual screens, and while Nidorina also is very powerful with that 245 attack, boosted by Hustle as well. I can see this match going either way depending on the order right now, but I haven't actually taken that close of a look at it.
Indeed. Alright, we got about a minute left, guys, so let's continue to get those bets in. And right now, the red team is favored, but the blue team could come up shortly with a couple of bets.
Ideally for red team, they want to have Budew versus Nidorina because there's not too much that Budew can do to it other than just sleep powder and hope for a long sleep or critical hits to KO Nidorina.
Indeed. We have about 30 seconds left, but let's continue. Invisible from Sonic Adventure 2.
But if I had to pick a team that favored, it'd be kind of tough to pick one, honestly. Nidorina is scary, but considering hustle accuracy, I'm not too sure I'd actually favor red in this matchup. I might put maybe a 55 to 45% favored on blue.
Alright, let's get right into this matchup. Blue team is favored with odds, but red team is with the Mun. Alright, in the Stargazer Coliseum.
Not a good order for blue team at all, because Budew and Nidorina will be the last Pokemon standing on either team. That is not the matchup that Blue wanted to see.
Alright, so Buneary and Lanturn are both sent out with the random order. And no switches.
Frustration is going to do significant damage, but not really enough to make Lanturn to a KO. It will be a free KO.
Alright, Lanturn uses Surf.
That should have been an Icy Wind there, but Red did not pick, but whatever happened, Red team did not end up picking the right move, and instead Surf was picked instead of Icy Wind. But it may just be the Surf with 2 KO regardless.
Alright, Buneary uses Frustrating yet again. Doing big damage.
This next serve should KO the Buneary unless it's a very low roll, and the last one was a high roll. It actually will not KO the Buneary. Seems like the luck was not quite as red.
Alright, 7 HP left on that Buneary.
No icy wind, and then ending up with low rolls in that serve. That's unfortunate, and Lanturn is going to fall.
It seems this Buneary is not going to evolve, but going to be very powerful. You need happiness to evolve.
Buneary is now going to get a pretty strong hit in on Chingling. Red are going to KO the Buneary, but at what cost? It takes down both Lanturn and chunks out Chingling quite heavily.
Ooh, big hit. It's over half damage. Chingling uses Psychic and takes out Buneary.
I can't think of too much for Red to do right now other than to Thunder Wave with Drowzee possibly, and then hope for some hacks. That's probably the best chances. That's probably their best shot right now.
True. Drowzee is sent out. Alright, Chingling uses Psychic. Not very effective though.
Well, they don't Thunder Wave it, but they will get Psychic instead. It's not going to do too much damage, but every little bit of HP counts for this Drowzee. I think if he gets a small amount of damage, it's going to end up being one KO'd by Nidorina's Poison Jab.
Right,
in fact, it may already be in that 1 KO range. If it wasn't already.
Alright, Thunder Wave is going to paralyze that Chingling.
So they are going to get a Thunder Wave in, but it might already be too late if they want to stop themselves from being KO'd by Nidorina.
Indeed, Drowzee uses Calm Mind. And Special Attack Rose, which means nearly everything is going to get a boost. And Psychic comes again on that Drowzee, chipping away.
Red team are not going to try to set up Light Screen for some reason. I'm guessing that... Well, I'm not totally certain why they won't. Maybe they're hoping that Blue will just get greedy and keep trying to get boosts.
And maybe they're trying to chip away so that they can down it with one hit from Nidorina, considering it's a poison type.
Anyway, currently Red team is in a pretty favorable position. All they need to do is just hope that Nidorina can hit poison jabs.
Indeed.
Chingling may go down to make it 1 versus 2, but that 1 happens to be Nidorina against both a weakened Drowzee and Budew.
Alright, and now Red's last Pokemon is sent out. Nidorina is going to use Poison Jab, but it misses with a Hustle. One hit KO.
That is actually going to be a Hustle miss to make Blue team end up winning.
Indeed. The underdog was favored in this matchup. Blue team has won.
Unlucky for Red team there, they had the winning conditions set up and couldn't quite make it, thanks to Nidorina being blind.
Hello, TPP and Adarash. This is Rena filling in. How's everybody going?
Everything's going quite well, thank you. And we are getting to hear Tabi Turnip, as she is known now on TPP, rather than Rena Turnip.
It's okay, you can call me either one, but I've been over that with chat by now. Hi, Ninjanitor!
We just exited the gym and happened to get a phone call at the same time.
It appears to be Professor Nog. I know absolutely nothing about this side game, unfortunately, so I can't really commentate on that.
Nor do I. All I can do is just say what's happening on the stream.
That's okay.
You're
That's
gonna have
what we're
another
here for.
Defiance matchup. This must be I think it's like some of the second or third time in the last hour.
We seem to be getting a lot of match types lately, and switching seems to be off, I would say, over 50% of the time.
Well, that's partially because Token Match is now switching disabled, so that's one match every hour that's guaranteed to have no switching. But at the same time, you also have all these battle modes seemingly being way more common, like Random Order and then Defiance, as we've been seeing. It could be just bad, it could be just luck making it that way, but it could also, there might be something else that's changed. Who knows?
I don't think anyone on the dev has commented on it, rather. But I think Random Order comes up way more than anything else. So, I mean, it could have been a change.
On that. Felk says that he hasn't changed anything other than removing Synchronize. But who knows whether there's some unintentional interaction going on in here. Anyway, there's no point speculating about it. What we do know is that there is a Defiance match right here.
Looks like the opening matchup will be Sealeo versus Regigigas, and fortunately for the red team, Regigigas has a moveset that, you know, relative to itself is pretty good against Sealeo, and he might be able to do something before he gets knocked out.
Usually you'd say this Regigigas set is usually pretty good in Defiance mode because the other team doesn't end up picking the right moves and it just outlasts the slow start that Regigigas normally has. Plus it has 4 attacking moves.
Oh, you know, I hadn't thought about that. If the other team can't actually plan whether or not they take Regigigas down, he actually has a pretty good chance to set up and get going. And even though Cloyster has high defense, Regi's moveset is still suitable for him as well, so who knows? I
mean, Sealeo could be pretty good in Defiance as well. It has Belly Drum, which would normally be a risky move in actual play without Defiance, but in Defiance mode, the other team, of course, may not pick the right moves to KO it after Belly Drum, and it might just Belly Drum and then happen to get some good moves right after to end up annihilating red team.
It's just as likely that Sealeo sits on Belly Drum the whole match and then nothing good comes of that at all.
Of course, that's also possible, but if it happens to pick Belly Drum once, it has a 3 out of 4 chance of picking an attacking move the next turn with this set. Though then again, Natural Gifts could be used previously.
Well, if Sealeo is really lucky, Natural Gift won't be used until it gets to at least Gible, which I would say is the ideal target here.
That's what blue team will hope at least. But Toxic on Cloyster is also pretty good in Defiance mode. And the other moves are Dive, Ice Shard, and Inhale, which is not that useful. But that's still 3 moves pretty good out of 4. The one of the very bad set, I'd say, with Defiance is probably Parasect. It has Fury Cutter, which needs to be used consecutively in order to be... Wait, it actually doesn't have to be used consecutively in PBR. It actually just needs to not end up missing, to be honest, but still, you need to use Fury Cutter very often. But at the same time, Tangrowth is not going to be too useful in damaging that Parasect.
It looks like Natural Gift got used right off the get-go, so that's pretty disadvantageous for blue team.
That's not what they would have hoped for. Natural Gift gets used instantly, meanwhile Red team is going to Rock Slide and do some reasonable amount of damage to that Sealeo.
I would say that's actually enough damage, considering we're in slow start, that if Regigigas keeps using that, Sealeo will probably go down pretty easily.
It is. Unfortunately, Sealeo also is probably going to end up... It's not even in Belly Drum range anymore. They can't do that without... and hope that they can sweep the red team either.
I would say the best thing they can hope for at this point is to get Waterfall and hopefully flinch Regigigas, you know, all the way if they could.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Regigigas got 3 Rock Slide to make Sealeo get into low HP, and Sealeo will just end up finally getting an Earthquake after a Natural Gift previously. Crush Grip won't KO thanks to Sealeo being very low HP right now, but Slow Starter is going to be removed pretty soon, and then blue team will be pretty worried about that Regigigas power.
That looks like the Sealeo.
His Drain Punch is going to KO Sealeo and heal Regigigas somewhat back to high HP. I think Slow Start also either is removed this turn or the next turn. I didn't keep track of the turn count. Okay, it will be removed this turn. That'll be Drain Punch again, and it's not going to do too much damage, but the HP recovery is still very useful for the Regigigas. Unless it gets toxic, it's going to end up probably laughing at his Cloyster's attacks.
There's a Rock Slide, let's see if we can flinch. That did a lot more too, jeez.
Blue team is not getting the move they all want in this match. Unfortunately for blue team, since Regigigas also has 4 attacks, they're not going to ever have a turn when they are not at risk of being attacked, other than if Giga Impact is recharging.
I'd say the best they can hope for now is that red team uses Crush Grip, because that won't do very much. And there is Crush Grip. Let's see how little that does to Cloyster.
OP defense and low HP. They were finding it toxic when it's at critical HP. So that Crush Grip does end up mattering. Instead of KOing that turn, they instead get poisoned.
It might be a little bit too late for that, but Regigigas probably won't last too much longer. Tangrowth is another physical tank, so it may be able to sustain hits until Regigigas gets knocked out due to poison.
Regigigas will probably fall in this matchup, but what can it do to Tangrowth in the meantime? Of course, Tangrowth only has Energy Ball, Shockwave, and I can't quite read the third move. Is it Ring Out? No, Pain Split. That's Pain Split is the third move. So it has 2 attacking moves, and he'll basically have to hope that he can sweep the entirety of red team from here, which is really not that likely to happen when Gible itself only is affected by Energy Ball and Pain Split, but I'm not counting that since it's not an attacking move. Parasect also is going to take negligible damage from either Energy Ball or Shockwave.
And down it goes. I would say things are pretty wrapped up for red team here. They would need some very bad move choices for Tangrowth to have a chance. Well, Energy Ball's a good start.
Energy Ball is going to chunk out that Gible quite significantly, but this is probably the best that blue team can hope for, and actually Sandstorm will come out. Now blue team are going to essentially be on a timer here to use Sunny Day, or end up being KO'd by that Sandstorm.
Now, I'm not sure what Parasect health is, but if Tangrowth can get a Pain Split,
they can also use Pain Split at this point, and that might give them some extra time. That'll give them a good amount of healing and Parasect at the same time as well.
Red team giving blue team a chance here. Parasect decides it wants to go fast, and there's Shockwave. I don't do too much damage.
Ironically, you usually want to use attacking moves in a Defiance matchup, but in this match, blue team wants to use either Pain Split or Sunny Day, rather than any of the attacking moves that they have available.
Now, Leaf Guard guards against status moves, right?
In this, Leaf Guard means they wouldn't have been affected by Spore. But since they didn't end up using Sunny Day, they will be affected by that Spore and will go to sleep.
And there's the Fury Cutter.
That will be a KO for blue team now, thanks to Sandstorm, Darude. And red team will win this match.
Congrats to red team, 38% payout isn't too shabby. Now,
Regigigas ended up doing a lot of work for red team in that match, KOing 2 Pokemon and then doing a little bit of damage to Tangrowth at the same time.
How do you think the match would have gone if Sealeo had gotten Belly Drum into Waterfall in the first 2 turns and Regigigas had been taken out? Do you think that was 90%
Well,
blue
if that
win,
happened,
or
I
do you
would
think
say Blue was heavily favored, but it's not that likely to happen as well. You basically need, like, you know, that 1 in 16 chance of picking Belly Drum and then Waterfall.
I actually don't remember what move C was. I already forget. Was it Earthquake? Okay, yeah.
Earthquake, well, I mean, Earthquake would also have done a lot of damage. Not quite as much as Waterfall, but it would have done a decent amount. So would Natural Gift for that matter, so... I mean, if you want... So, like, although Waterfall was probably the best move, it wouldn't have exactly been, like, the only move they could have done for massive damage after Belly Drum. But in using Belly Drum, they also only have a limited amount of time to actually be able to KO Regigigas and then try to damage Gible at the same time. Because Regigigas always has 4 attacks, so... And while Belly Drum makes it go down to